Candace Owens is saying a lot about it, has for a long time. She's host of Candace, and we're always happy to have her on the show tonight. Candace, thanks so much for coming on. So at the same time that they're, addressing these big theoretical macro issues and changing the American Criminal Justice Code to be race-specific, something it's never been, they're ignoring the collapse of daily life for their constituents. You see this everywhere. What is it?
We don't know what it is. It does seem to be a very strange collision, and seeing her put this forth is just actually, I'm incredulous. And selfishly, I'd like to see it go into place for maybe just one day, because it would be brilliant for black conservatives, because every single Democrat would fall by their sword. Of course, they reserve their most hatred and the most vitriol for black conservatives, people like myself, Larry Elder, Clarence Thomas. They'd all be locked up federally. Trust you, if this actually gotten put into place. But I think it also yields more questions for me. I'm looking at this and I'm going, what are they possibly thinking? How would this work? What about black on black criticism? Would they lock me up for saying something like, Sheila Jackson is fundamentally a low IQ, hateful individual? I'm just saying that I don't want to go to prison. I'm giving you a what if scenario. If I did say that, would I go to prison? And how is this going to run parallel to their decriminalization efforts, right? They don't want any black and brown people in prison. They want them all to be on the streets. But at the same time, they're saying that they will lock us up. And by the way, would this extend to an overseas policy? Would I be locked up if I said anything bad about the late Osama bin Laden? I mean, of course, this wasn't well thought through, but because it doesn't need to be. We know that their every effort is aimed at censoring speech, right? The Democrats know that in order for them to be omnipotent, they need to be able to control words, because if they can control words, they can control thoughts. And ultimately what they're after is brainwash. And by the way, they've been really good at brainwash. Speaking of what you just spoke about, you have people that are graduating. I just talked about this today. Graduating Harvard, who actually believe that men can be women and women can be men, and all we have to do is change our minds. So they know exactly what they're doing. They know exactly what they're after. And ultimately what they want is full power and control over every single person and their households.
And they'll use law enforcement to do it, and the police and the FBI and the courts. I wonder if we've laughed too much at the absurdity of all of this and not internalized how deadly serious they are about using power to crush their political opponents.
Oh, I have been laughing, but at the same time pointing people to the very real truth, and said that what they truly want is a totalitarian society. They are following the playbook, everything that they are after. They are attacking religion. They are attacking the First Amendment. They continually want to remove guns from your households. I mean, what does that spell out to you? Where have we seen this before? In every communist society that exists, that has existed and does exist today, because that is what needs to happen. They need to remove individual power. And what's been very interesting is seeing how they're breaking down people's mentality, right? We are becoming a fundamentally weak country. You have people that cry at the drop of a hat because they've been misgendered. Of course, they know that these people are not going to be able to take them on in the future. You think these people are going to stand up to government when they can't even stand up to themselves and look themselves in the mirror and say, no, actually, I cannot be this person. I can't just wake up and say that I'm a man or I'm a woman. So it's so Machiavellian, and it's so important that we keep talking about it. You can laugh to stay sane, but also recognize that something very real is happening in this country, and it's dangerous and it's sinister.
That could not have happened 5 years ago. That's exactly right. I couldn't agree more. Candace Owens, great to see you tonight. Thank you very much.
Thank you.